The moment I said yes, LA burst into flames. And it's a tough one, you know what I mean? Because I'm tired of being controversial. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. And it is way too soon.
That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams have always had a way of making people laugh while saying things that feel uncomfortable later. But this time, fans believe the conversation is not just about comedy. It is about a strange pattern people online have been noticing for years. A celebrity becomes outspoken. They start questioning Hollywood. They disappear from the spotlight for a while. Then, when they return, fans say something about them feels different. Not just older, not just more private, different. And that is why names like Kanye West, Jim Carrey, Gucci Mane, Britney Spears, Avril Lavigne, Eminem, Megan Fox, and Michael Jackson keep getting pulled into the same conversation. Now let's be clear from the start. None of these replacement or clone theories have been proven. A lot of them come from internet speculation, fan comparisons, old interviews, and viral clips. But the reason these stories keep spreading is simple. People no longer trust Hollywood the way they used to. For years, whenever Dave Chappelle or Katt Williams spoke about celebrities being controlled, pressured, or changed behind the scenes, many people brushed it off. Some thought it was just comedy. Some called it conspiracy talk. Others said fame can make anyone sound unusual. But now, old clips are being watched again with fresh eyes, and one name always seems to come first: Kanye West. Kanye has never been quiet about pressure, control, or the people around him. Long before the internet started pushing wild theories about him, Kanye himself made comments that fans still bring up today. One clip in particular keeps returning online. Kanye said that if he ever disappeared and came back acting different, people should question what happened. At the time, many viewers treated it like another controversial Kanye moment. But later, when Kanye went silent for a period of time and then returned with a noticeably different public image, fans started connecting dots. Maybe they were real dots. Maybe they were just internet imagination. But the conversation exploded either way.
I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
After Kanye came back into public view, people noticed a major change. He appeared calmer in some settings, more controlled in public, and less emotionally explosive than fans were used to seeing. For some people, that looked like growth. For others, it looked like something had shifted. Then came the masks. Kanye started showing up with his face covered. Full-face masks, heavy clothing, hidden expressions, and outfits that made him look almost impossible to read. Some fans said it was fashion, and honestly, that explanation makes sense. Kanye has always used clothes, design, and image as part of his art. But conspiracy-minded fans saw something else. They started asking why someone who had once warned about disappearing and coming back different was suddenly hiding his face so often. Then came the comparison videos. People online began slowing down old clips and new clips. They pointed at his jawline, his voice, his facial structure, his posture, and even the way he moved. To many fans, it was just age, stress, styling, and life changes. But to others, it felt too strange to ignore. The theory grew even bigger after. Kanye publicly talked about people trying to control him, pressure him, or manage his behavior. Harley Pasternak's name also became part of the online discussion after Kanye shared messages that he claimed showed threats of institutionalization. Once fans started researching backgrounds, psychology, behavioral control, and celebrity management, the whole conversation became much darker. And this is where Dave Chappelle's older comments started sounding different to people. Dave has often talked about the entertainment industry putting pressure on people who refuse to play by its rules. Not necessarily in a science fiction way, not necessarily as literal cloning, but in the sense that Hollywood can break a person down, repackage their image, and present a safer version to the public. That is why fans started using Kanye as one of the biggest examples. But Kanye is not the only celebrity people talk about. Jim Carrey is another name that makes the internet pause. For most of his career, Jim Carrey was known for being loud, physical, animated, and almost impossible to predict. He had a kind of energy that made him feel larger than life. Then suddenly, his interviews started feeling different. He began talking about fame like it was empty. He criticized celebrity culture. He spoke about identity, ego, illusion, and the yai, strange performance of being famous. Some people saw a man becoming more philosophical with age. Others believed he was trying to warn everyone about something deeper. And the more Jim spoke, the more fans began to wonder what was really happening behind the scenes.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Well, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you gotta admit, it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe in
icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut her down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise.
One appearance that still gets discussed online is Jim Carrey's Caesar Awards moment. Fans who watched it said he looked different, not just physically, but emotionally. Some viewers said his smile looked forced. Others said his eyes felt distant. Some claimed the Jim standing there did not feel like the same man they remembered from The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Bruce Almighty. Again, there is no proof that Jim Carrey was replaced. People age. People change. Fame can exhaust anyone. And after decades in Hollywood, it is normal for a person's personality, face, and public behavior to shift. But conspiracy circles do not focus on the normal explanation. They focus on the pattern. A celebrity speaks out. A celebrity pulls away. Celebrity returns different. That same pattern is why Gucci Mane became one of the most talked about names in this entire theory. Gucci Mane's transformation after prison shocked people because it was so dramatic. Before going to prison in 2014, Gucci had a very specific public image. He had a heavier build, a fuller face, a rougher energy, and a wild personality that fans instantly recognized. Then he came home in 2016 looking completely changed. He was slimmer. His skin looked clearer. His face looked sharper. His voice sounded calmer. His whole personality seemed more focused and controlled. For many people, this was inspiring. Gucci had changed his habits, improved his health, cleaned up his lifestyle, and came back with discipline. But the internet took it in another direction. Almost immediately, people started saying, "That is not the same Gucci Mane." Then the phrase "clone Gucci Mane" went viral. Fans compared old photos with new photos. They talked about tattoos, facial features, voice changes, and body language. Some people were joking. Others sounded completely serious. And just when the rumor seemed like it might fade away, another moment gave it new life.
Some people said, nah, that's a clone. The real Gucci's gone.
I think it's amazing that they even were able to make Gucci Man.
Right, because they cloned him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Clone did. I'm pretty sure like that was done from a separate company. Yeah, clearly.
Right, everyone was saying he was cloned as soon as he got out of jail. He looked different. He talked different.
Yeah, even his teeth, and his smile.
Right, he was smiling a lot more.
Yeah, he did, definitely. I like Gucci. I like new Gucci. I like second gen Gucci.
Second gen Gucci. Okay, so Gucci was the first hip hop clone, but you're the second.
Maybe if there's others, I don't know.
Other creators show side-by-side comparisons, and honestly, when you look at the jawline and tattoos, it really does make you do a double take.
Gucci's ex, Masika, made comments suggesting that the man who returned did not feel like the Gucci she remembered. That was all conspiracy channels needed. Suddenly, the conversation was not only about before and after pictures. Now, people were pointing to someone from his past and saying, "See, even people who knew him noticed something." Of course, that does not prove anything. People can change deeply after prison, recovery, weight loss, discipline, and major life experiences. A calmer Gucci Mane could simply be a healthier Gucci Mane, but online theories do not always move with logic. They move with mystery. And in Gucci's case, the mystery only grew.
That parading around out here, that ain't the real Gucci, man. So it's some weird going on out here. Like, I don't know if the clones, I don't put it past, like, nobody. I'm sure they got the technology to do that. But that's not the real Gucci. That's not the real Gucci. Gucci probably dead. I think they killed him in prison. Because they was calling me, like, every time Gucci locked up, like all his nurses, because every time Gucci get locked up, they put him on the mental floor, because we both got bipolar and schizophrenic and shit. So anytime any one of us get locked up, they don't put us in the general population. They take us to the mental floor, and when they take him on the mental floor, like all the nurses be giving him the phone. They just let him have.
After Gucci's return, fans also began looking at Keisha Kaware differently. Some people online started calling her a handler because Gucci's life became more structured, polished, and controlled after their relationship became public. That word gets used a lot in conspiracy spaces, but it is important to be careful with it. A partner helping someone build a better life does not automatically mean something dark is happening. Still, fans connected it to the larger theory that Katt Williams has talked about for years. Katt has often suggested that the entertainment industry knows how to manage people who become too unpredictable. According to fans who follow his interviews, his message is not always about literal cloning. It is more about pressure, control, image management, and how celebrities can be reshaped when they become difficult for the industry. Once people connected Kanye, Jim Carrey, and Gucci Mane together, the rabbit hole became even deeper. Then older theories started coming back, and one of the biggest names was Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson theory has been around online for a long time. Some fans claim the real Michael disappeared long before his official death in 2009. They point to changes in his face, voice, energy, and appearance across different eras of his life. The logical explanation is obvious. Michael went through extreme fame, health struggles, media pressure, cosmetic procedures, stress, and aging. All of those things can change a person's appearance and behavior, but conspiracy theorists believe the changes were too extreme. Some claim doubles were used. Others claim different versions of Michael appeared publicly at different times. None of this has been proven. But the reason the theory keeps returning is because Michael Jackson was already one of the most mysterious and heavily watched celebrities in history. Fans still compare old clips to later appearances and say something feels off. Some comments online go very far, claiming that the Michael people saw in later years was not the original person at all. Those claims are extreme, but they show how suspicious many people have become toward celebrity culture. Then comes Avril Lavigne. This is one of the internet's most famous replacement theories. For years, rumors have claimed that Avril was replaced by a lookalike named Melissa after becoming a major star in the early 2000s. Fans point to changes in her fashion, handwriting, voice, face, and personality. They say early Avril had a raw, rebellious, skater girl energy, while later Avril felt more polished and different. Avril has denied the rumor, and there is no credible proof that she was replaced, but the theory refuses to disappear. Every few months, social media brings it back. New videos appear, old photos are compared. Fans debate whether the changes are normal growth or something stranger, and that is where the bigger question starts. Why do so many celebrities end up inside the exact same kind of story? That question leads straight to Britney Spears. Britney's situation is more sensitive than most because fans already spent years questioning how much control she had over her own life. Her conservatorship became a global issue. People talked about handlers, legal control, medication, public pressure, and the way her image was managed for years. After the Free Britney movement, many fans felt they had been right to question what was happening behind closed doors. Then, her social media posts started getting heavy attention. The dancing videos, the captions, the facial expressions, the unpredictable energy. People online began asking whether the Britney they were seeing now felt connected to the Britney they remembered from the early 2000s. Some fans believe she is simply expressing herself after years of being restricted. Others believe the pressure, trauma, and public attention changed her deeply. But conspiracy circles went further and started connecting her to the same replacement theories as other stars. This is where the conversation can become uncomfortable. Because sometimes internet theories stop being curiosity and start turning real human pain into entertainment. Britney has already lived under extreme public judgment. So while fans may ask questions, there is also a line between questioning Hollywood and attacking a person who may still be healing. Then another major name enters the discussion: Eminem, or more specifically, Marshall Mathers. Some online theories claim the original Eminem disappeared after old rumors spread about a supposed car crash in 2006. According to conspiracy fans, the version of Eminem seen afterward looked different, sounded different, and carried a different energy. They point to his sharper facial features, more serious interviews, different voice tone, and a shift in his music. Old Eminem was chaotic, angry, hungry, and unpredictable. Later, Eminem became more technical, more controlled, and more private. To most people, that is not a mystery. That is life. Artists mature. Addiction recovery can change someone. Age changes the face. Fame changes behavior. A person who survives dark periods will not always move the same way afterward. But conspiracy fans believe the difference was too strong to ignore.
Eminem died in 2006 and has been replaced by an android clone. Well, that's at least what some fans are saying. And no, it's not just this change in music style and appearance. Not completely anyway, because this viral clip has been doing the rounds again.
Marshall Mathers. Some of you may know him as Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday Night crew with our music intro starting next Saturday night. But folks, I want to take you to the...
Notice something a bit odd with that? If not, here's another go.
Stay out of my head.
So people are saying that this fake Eminem is actually just a clone and that the real Marshall Mathers died in 2006 in a car accident.
Once Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams' comments about Hollywood pressure started trending again, names like Eminem were quickly pulled back into the conversation. Then Megan Fox became another celebrity fans started discussing. People online have pointed to her changing appearance, different public energy, and shifts in her image over the years. Some say it is simply cosmetic procedures, styling, maturity, and a new phase of life. Others push the more extreme idea that she was replaced or turned into a different version of herself for public consumption. Again, there is no proof of that. But that may not even be the real reason these theories spread. The real reason is that fans feel Hollywood changes people. Sometimes physically, sometimes emotionally, sometimes spiritually. Sometimes through pressure, fame, branding, contracts, media. Attacks, public humiliation, isolation, or control. Maybe the wild clone theories are too extreme. Maybe most of these changes are explained by aging, health, trauma, recovery, surgery, styling, or personal growth. But the deeper fear is still there. People believe fame can erase a person. Star enters the industry with one face, one voice, one energy, and one personality. Then, after years of pressure, management, criticism, money, public obsession, and behind-the-scenes control, they come out looking like someone else. Not always because they were replaced, but because something inside them was changed. That might be the real message fans hear when Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams talk about Hollywood. Maybe they are not telling people to believe every internet theory. Maybe they are telling people to pay attention to what fame does to human beings. And once you look at these stories together, it is easy to understand why the theories keep coming back. Kanye warned people before his image changed. Jim Carrey started questioning fame and then seemed different to fans. Gucci Mane returned from prison looking like a new man. Michael Jackson's appearance changed so much that people still debate it. Avril Lavigne became one of the internet's longest-running replacement rumors. Britney Spears' public life made fans question control in the entertainment industry. Eminem's energy changed after his darkest years, and Megan Fox became another example of how dramatically Hollywood can transform a person's image. So maybe the question is not, are all these celebrities clones? Maybe the better question is, why do so many fans feel like Hollywood takes people and turns them into something else? Because whether these theories are true or not, one thing is clear. The public does not trust celebrity culture the way it used to. People are watching old interviews. They are comparing old clips. They are questioning sudden changes. They are paying attention to words like control, handlers, pressure, medication, breakdowns, rebranding, and image management. Sometimes they may go too far, but sometimes they may be reacting to something real. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams are exposing something deeper about Hollywood? Or do you think these internet theories have gone too far? Out of Kanye West, Jim Carrey, Gucci Mane, Michael Jackson, Avril Lavigne, Britney Spears, Eminem, and Megan Fox, which transformation feels the strangest to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see another Hollywood story that fans still cannot stop talking about, click the next video on your screen.